Hey guys, in this video, we're going to be looking at multiplying two-digit numbers, can't even say that properly, using the distributive property, all right? So you might be going, oh, what is this distributive property? Anyway, look, let's just get into it straight away. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at this number here. We've got 13 times 6. Now, I'm assuming by this point, you've actually kind of been fairly comfortable with your times table. If you're not, I would strongly recommend it. It is probably one of your biggest building blocks for if you want to carry on with maths. It's like just it's worth memorizing that. And I know people go, oh, it's not worth memorizing. Just do it. Just learn your times table, memorize it. You're gonna be fine with it. Okay. All right. So let's have a look at 13 times 6. Now, the first thing I want to talk to you guys is like, as usual, the way I got taught back in the day. So back in the day, this is how I got taught. It's like 13 times 6. She basically, my old teacher, she said, chuck a 13 and and put that 6 underneath the ones column. And I'm like, oh, here we go again. This is what we did for addition, and this is what we're doing for subtraction as well. But anyway, pretty much the same kind of principle here. So we've got, let's look at this. We've got our ones column right there, and then we've got our tens column here. Now, I know I'm not showing you guys the distributive property, but which I will be showing you soon, but I always like going old school first. All right, so what do we got here? So the first thing you want to be doing is you actually want to take the 3 and multiply it by 6. All right, 3 times 6, that's going to be 18. Just like how we did with addition, we can't just add this 1 straight away here. Instead, what we're going to do is we're actually going to take this 1 and we're going to chuck it on the top here. All right, now you might be wondering, oh, here we go again. And I explained to you why we're going to do that. Next up we've actually got 6 times 1. So we're going to do, first we did 6 times 3. Now we're going to do 6 times 1. So 6 times 1 is 6. But here's the interesting thing. We're going to add that little 1 that we put on top there, which means 6 times 1 is 1, plus 1 is going to be 7. So we've got 78. Now, I know I probably went a little bit fast with that. I'm going to show you guys another example, but I'll show you distributive property again, so don't worry about it. Let's say we take something like 27 multiplied by 3. Let's not do 3, let's do 5. That's a good one to do. Okay, so what are we doing? 7 times 5 first. So basically what I'm doing is this two numbers, I'm multiplying 7 times 5. I am getting 35, which means I'm going to chuck that 3 on the top of the 2 because it is in the tens column now. Next thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing 5 times 2. 5 times 2 is 10. And of course 10 plus 3 is 13. So I kind of go put it in like this. Okay, hopefully that kind of makes sense. But anyway, look, distributive property. So what do we mean by that? So let's take this 13 times 6, right? Well, what it actually generally means is that you can split that up. All right, how do we split this up? We're going to put this as 13 times 6 is the same thing as saying 10 times 6 plus 3 times 6. Now, if you want to break it down, I mean, there's like one more step that we can potentially do this. It's like this. 13 could be written as 10 plus 3 multiplied by 6. And the distributive property says is that you can take each one of those elements, that is the 10, we can go 10 times 6 plus 3 times 6. Now, 10 times 6, that's going to be 60, plus 3 times 6, which is 18. 60 plus 18 is 78. And if you look at the same thing, when we actually have 27 times 5, we got 27 times 5. We can write that as 20 plus 7 times 5. So we're going to get 20 times 5 plus 7 times 5. Now, I don't know, for this level, this is a bit too big, but like you can probably break that down even further, the 20 times 5 as 2 lots of 10 times 5. But, I'm kind of going to leave that here. So 20 times 5 is 100. 7 times 5 is 35. And 100 plus 35, we're going to end up with 135. So again, like I said to you guys, this is, as I've said in my previous videos, if you are comfortable with the method that I did on, that's not this. If you're comfortable doing what we did in the pink box and you're like, nah, this is all good. I've done this before. I'm happy with it. Then that's good. Then you stick with it. It works for you. If you haven't done it before, like I said, practice and you will pretty much get the hang of it. But of course, there's nothing wrong with doing the distributive property because the distributive property is something that it's something to help you understand, especially when we go into algebra. it really starts making sense if you were to kind of do a couple of times with the distributive property and then a couple of times doing things with that little pink box the way I showed it. But anyway, guys, that's basically it for this video. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.